Howdy, Desert Boy here. Hey, this is going to be a pretty interesting video today. I did finally get the H&R 733-32 Smith & Wesson Long to the range. We're going to look at that. I shot some Fiocchi Heritage 32 Smith & Wesson Long 97 grain ammo there, and it's a cartridge. It's about like this, right? This is an FMJ one. Range I went to, it has to be jacketed ammo. I actually had some other ones I wanted to shoot, some wad cutters and stuff. But what's really interesting is I went there and I said, well, you know, I'm going to take that and then I'll take my other, my more powerful, you know, kind of the more very powerful centerfire cartridge, because I brought the Rossi 44 mag rifle, and then I brought the 32 caliber S&W Long revolver. You know, both centerfire, pretty different amount of power. And then, you know, maybe as a comparison, I said, well, you know, I have my my Sig Sauer P380, P365-380, and you know, maybe I can shoot some 380 so we can kind of compare the accuracy and so forth of the 32 to the 38, and then, you know, just kind of the fun of seeing the 44 finally in action, as well as the H&R. So anyway, let's get started. See the range footage, and I'll tell you what happens. A couple things that happen. Same thing happens that you don't expect when you go to the range, and it can be a good thing, learning experience, maybe just reminding you about a few things. Okay. Let's look at the range report, you know, for the 32 caliber from the H&R 32 Smith & Wesson Long. First shots that I shot was I shot down in this area here, and 1, 2, and 3, right? And then it's kind of a, and then I had up here I had a group up here of, of 4, 5, and 6. These were at 5 yards, okay? I thought that's a good place to start with a small, almost snub-nosed, like 2.5 inch revolver. So that's what I had there. At 7 yards, okay, I shot the rest of these in here, okay? And then this grouping up here, right? And actually, pardon me, yeah, this grouping right here. So you had some grouping here, some grouping here. Still not bad accuracy, 5 to 7 yards for the gun that it is. And then I shot them, like 6 of them in a row. And I was aiming in here, and I came up here. Well, it just shows you it's a little bit off. It's got fixed sights, I have to keep in mind it's maybe shooting a little bit high, or I need to shoot a little more rounds and kind of see whether it's, me or the gun. But not bad. It got all the rounds were in this area here at 7 yards, and kind of quick fire, more of a quick fire kind of shooting. So then I shot right-handed, right? 1, 2, 3 here at 5 yards. Then I shot left-handed, 1, 2, 3. What would I say about it? I would say, it's a viable option. You'd have to look at what the stopping power is for your needs, and for me, it works as being a potential backup, or I guess you could have it as a primary carrier, but you got to be comfortable with that because it's not going to have the stopping power of a 38. But, foot-pounds is probably, I think they're usually down in around about 138. I didn't figure that on this ammo. But depending on what the muzzle velocity is, based on what the box says, it says it's 949 feet per second. But there's no way for me to confirm that without a chronograph. So the other thing is just the basic part of it being a 32, full metal jacket. And there's some people like Revolver Sam, Gun Sam Revolver Aficionado have done quite a bit of studies, not studies, but kind of ballistics tests and things like that, penetration and so forth, with the 32 S&W Long against other calibers in that range. And I would suggest that, it might be a good resource for you if you're more curious about more in depth on that. So I'm not that person, but just wanted to tell you, for me, it looked like the accuracy was there, and it's a viable option for me, knowing that it has a limited amount of foot-pounds, probably I think more in the 110 to 130, if I remember right, for something like this, of stopping power. Where with the 380, I think you get more up around 183 to 200 or something like that. So just something to think about. So for me, I'm sharing my opinions and thoughts. For me, it seemed to work out okay. I'm still thinking it over, though, where I would fit it into any carry rotation or anything like that. But it's kind of an interesting novelty firearm to have. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So if you saw me shooting the P365-380, you saw a lot of stovepipe type jams and things, and that was unexpected. I was trying to use some 380 100 grain TMC ammo ink. Fortunately, this is why it's good to have sometimes more than one gun in a caliber, because sometimes one can be finicky with an ammo and the other one's okay. For some reason, I haven't had any issues with the P365-380 until that ammo. As you can see, I'd get off about one shot. I even tried different, magazines, and I think you'll see from that, yes, I was getting accuracy because that nice green dot on there, right? But the thing is that I wasn't really, it's not effective. It's one of those things where you go and you say, whoa, why would you use a 32? Well, the revolver, every time I pulled the trigger, the gun shot, okay? I think there was one in there I meant to mention in the H&R that you can short stroke that like some Rugers, and at one point there that happened, and that's why it seems like I kind of skipped around and then it fired later. So you got to make sure you let the trigger do full reset like in that H&R. But with the P365, I mean, it's accurate, but it was jamming almost every round with these. So that's why it's important that you shoot and practice with the ammunition you're going to carry, and also you'll make sure that you got ammunition that works in it for your target. So just as a precaution to make sure it wasn't the gun, something hadn't changed, I did go back and I shot a double tap drill, more or less, of 2 shots here and 1 shot up here, aiming for here with my P365-380. With my Hornady FTX 90 grain ammo, and it was fine. No jam, shot 3 rounds in a row, accurate, everything. So just something to remember. If you have something like that happen, first of all, be prepared. Make sure you know how to deal with those kind of situations. And get training on that. We all should make sure we have proper training on our weapons. And then on top of that, when that happens, you realize this ammo is just not going to work for this, but like I said, I changed magazines just to make sure it wasn't maybe the magazine or something like that. So I tried different magazines. It still did the jamming. Then after that, it was important because that's in my carry rotation, right? Just to go, you know what? Maybe I better make sure my self-defense ammo still works in there. And that's exactly what I did. So just some thoughts there on that. what about the Rossi R92 stainless rifle? First I shot some 44 mag that was actually Winchester, and it was 240 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. And I shot at 10 yards, just a couple of rounds to kind of see where it was hitting. And it hit right in here, right? So pretty close to where I was aiming, pretty good. So then I moved it out to 25 yards and I shot about 4 more rounds there and 2 more up here. So the accuracy is pretty on with the open sights. I'm comfortable with that. I'd like to try it at longer range, but I'm going to have to find there's a range membership that I've been wanting to get so I can go to a longer range, hopefully before the weather really sets in. So just to show you that I went ahead and did some additional target shooting, even with a different ammo. This here was with Ammo Inc., right? And it's also was some 240 grain semi-jacketed hollow point, 25 yards. 2 of them right here, 2 of them up here. So pretty close, pretty decent. Yeah, might work on until I try it at longer range, which is really what it would be intended for. I'm not going to make any significant adjustments to the sights, but I was pretty happy with it. The recoil's, very manageable. It's a 24-inch barrel, so that's going to help. It's also going to help with the velocity. Didn't seem like it really deviated much from where the sights were, so it gets there right away. So just wanted to share that with you. It was a good day at the range. Had some learning lessons. Got a chance to shoot one of my rifles for the first time in my used pistol, and just to kind of do a little practice. We all need to do that. So as Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.